Hello, this is Hope Roski with Weddings and Celebrations. Well, how many of you have that, what I have sometimes, which is that sweet tooth? Because I can tell you, many of us do, and today we are fortunate enough to have Jasmine Ruiz come into the studio today to tell us about her delectably delightful cookies called Lucky Cat Cookies. Welcome to the show, Jasmine.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're here. Oh my gosh, it's so good to have you, and I can't wait to start talking about cookies because, like I said, I have that sweet tooth, like many of our viewers do out there. So tell me a little bit about how did you get involved in this concept of cookies?
Oh, sorry. So I've been cooking and baking my whole life, but I always knew I wanted something that was my own. So earlier this year, I decided to set myself with cookies, and I started perfecting my recipes, and I was baking all summer, and I decided, I think I'm going to go with this plan. So I started my small business, and I thought Lucky Cat Cookies was a good name, and that's what I've been doing since the summer. I've been making cookies.
Wow, so you're making cookies for all sorts of what I would call celebrations. What are some of the ones that you have done or catered thus far?
Okay, yeah. So far I've only really done birthday parties. I've done office parties, and I do vendor events. But I'd love to do something like a wedding or a quinceañera, something like that.
Oh yes, and what's so great about you is that not only do you make these deliciously delectable cookies, but you also offer more with, you said brownies, correct?
Yeah, I do brownies. I can do Rice Krispie treats or bread loaves.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's great because they're options for the viewers. And speaking of options, there are people that have certain types of food sensitivities. Tell me a little bit about how you help those individuals as well.
Yeah, so I'm open to taking in, orders that are depending on someone's food preferences, like maybe they're vegan or vegetarian, and someone with an allergy, gluten-free, things like that. I'll use a special type of flour or just omit regular butter with vegan butter. So I'm really open to taking any kind of order, and I take into consideration their allergies and food preferences.
So when we talk about the cookies, what type of cookies, because there's such a variety out there, can you tell us some of the yummy ones that you have created?
Yeah, so I try to stay away from the normal, original recipes. Like I do chocolate chip, but people always ask me, do you have snickerdoodle, oatmeal, things like that, and I do offer them, but when I put out a different menu each month, kind of depending on the season. So for this month, I have a Grinch themed sugar cookie.
I
have oatmeal cranberry, and what else do I have? I have my chocolate chip and an eggnog cookie.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah,
and that is for the holidays. That's so great. And then afterwards, after the holidays, we're going to start gearing into New Year's and Valentine's Day. So I can't wait to hear about what are some of the cookies you offer for Valentine's Day too.
So like I said, I started in the summer. I didn't get to do a Valentine's Day menu, but I'll probably be able to come up with, maybe red velvet or something pink, champagne maybe.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Oh my goodness.
I have a lot of ideas.
Oh, that sounds incredible. So tell me a little bit about how, you got started, a little while ago. Social media, are you using that to help your business along? And if so, where can people learn more about what you're doing?
Yeah, so I'm using Facebook and Instagram currently. I'm mostly active on Instagram just because I use a personal account there as well. But I do have an Instagram, and it's LuckyCatCookies_, and I post there frequently so people can see when I'm taking orders or what kind of cookies I'm selling that month.
Okay.
So all my information is on Instagram.
Okay, so, with that, and you're doing, like you said, birthday parties, what is the most interesting cookie you have created thus far for a birthday party?
I don't think I've had anything too out of the ordinary, but I do personalization. So if someone wants, a Fruity Pebbles cookie, I'm open to doing that, things like that. But nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy yet. Okay, well, super. Well, I wanted to bring your daughter, Sarai, in because I think it's always good to have a testimony of just how delicious the cookies are. Sarai, can you come on the set here for us, please? Hi, good afternoon. Can you come on over here? Come with your mom. So you have had a chance to sample some of your mommy's cookies, correct? Can you tell everybody into the microphone just how they taste and what you think of your mommy's cookies? Okay, go ahead. Tell them what you think.
So they taste so good, and it tastes so sweet and extra good.
Oh, wow. You know what? There's your best sales pitch right
Yeah.
there. And you know what? If the kids like them, you know that the big kids like me, we're going to like them too. And what's great is there's so many people that do have those food sensitivities and that you're willing to accommodate and work with people to create the cookie that's best. Do you ever ship any cookies out or you're not quite?
I'm hoping to later on expand into that because, shipping is a whole different ball game. But I hope to do that and maybe get my cookies into, maybe a local restaurant or convenience store where they can sell them.
Okay, and then do people buy them, of course, by the dozens, or what's the minimum when people order?
I do half dozens and dozens.
Okay, great. Well, wonderful. Well, I think it's great that you have your daughter to, share in with all the goodness of the cookies. And Jasmine Ruiz is with Lucky Cat Cookies. And if you've taken a look on the screen, you see that it's not just your basic cookie. There are some details there, and they are baked with love. I appreciate you coming on the show. And is there anything you want to share before we wrap up about your cookies and your business?
I'd just like to say again, if people can please follow me on Instagram or Facebook so we can get in touch. And I'm always here to serve the public, and I'm really happy to be here also. Thank you so much.
And we are happy to have you. Again, Jasmine Ruiz with Lucky Cat Cookies.